right, hello everybody, and welcome back to another stream in my hardcore forever. Well, I don't know if it's a hardcore forever world, but it's definitely a hardcore world. We may make it forever. Who knows? We've made it 470 days, and we're still alive and doing some building. It is about to be night. It always seems to be about night when we start a stream, so we'll get the bed out and get ready to sleep. We're down here at the bottom of this hole that we've been working on for quite a while now. We spend a lot of time digging it out. We've been spending a little bit more time getting it all built up, and you can see a little bit of the design that we're going for here, which is this stone, sort of mossy stone, overgrown look. Well, not really overgrown because we don't have any plants yet, but the plants are going to be coming. Last time, we were able to make quite a bit of progress on getting the outside wall all textured up. And now we're going to be working on getting that finished. You can see up at the top, we still have some stone to fill in. But once that's done, then we're going to be working on getting the staircase built. So that's the plan for tonight. Welcome, everyone. Hello, Robin. We've got Robin in the chat. Hopefully your week is going well. I'm excited because it's Wednesday. It's almost the weekend. It's a long weekend, which is always a good thing. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm also excited because, well, let's double check. I think we were almost out of materials. I'm also excited because in my my main world, I have just finished digging out the lake, which if you've been keeping track and following along, you'll know I've been working on digging out that lake for about a week now. Or actually more than a week. It took about 50 hours of digging to get it done, but it's done. And that's a good thing. And now it's time to start filling it all back in again, which I have got started on. So I'm excited because that project's making progress. I'm excited because we're making progress here. Progress is being made everywhere, which is a good thing. All right, let's load up on stone. We're going to need a lot of stone. Might as well get as much as we can. We do need to leave a little bit of space for our shulker boxes because we're going to be taking those with us. Go, guys. And I think what we're going to do is what we were doing last time, which is using the happy gas. The happy gas actually made things a lot faster. We got a lot of progress made because we had the happy gas, and so we're going to be using the happy gas again and making even more progress. So fly up. This is Mossy. Say hello, Mossy. We'll head up to the top and we'll get started. I wonder actually if we should change the beacon to speed. Would that affect the happy guests? We might do that. Move around our cavern. I don't really know what to call this. Stairwell. The stairwell. The stairwell. And we'll move around the stairwell a little bit faster if we do that. Oh, we're so close. Okay. Lots of stone left to place. So we're going to get started here. This is the initial or the final spot for the initial phase. Getting this exterior wall done. And then we can get started filling it in with more of the staircase and then the pillars. Now, I've been doing a little bit of thinking about what we're doing for those pillars. And one thing that I want to try out once we get the stair built is see whether or not we want to stagger those pillars a little bit so that they're not in the same spot all the way to the top. So we might play around with that a little bit. Celebrity Sailboat, hello, and thank you so much for the 5 gift memberships. That's so awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Always a great start to the stream when you get 5 gift memberships. So yeah, so we're going to probably play around a little. Whoa, 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 whoa. Somebody didn't finish this. Hold on. I gotta take out these blocks. We're missing... Oh, actually, that block needs to stay. Where's my andesite? Andesite? It's like, we are missing something here. There we go. Okay. Now we can start filling this back in. Yeah, so I want to play around with the pillars a little bit and move them and see if we can stagger them around. I think that will help also with creating the interior support structure and to make it a little bit more interesting to look at. That's just something I was thinking about earlier today. Like, you know, we could do that. The other thing too, and I can't remember if I've talked about this, but I know that we've talked about putting in a waterfall down the center, and I was also thinking that that waterfall would be in multiple layers or different parts, so it's not going to be just a single waterfall going down the center. And so we could play around with that as we're moving the pillars. And so I think having the pillars be staggered would help with getting the waterfalls staggered as well. So we gotta move quickly to get the staircase built, so that way we can start planning out some of these other sections too, which are going to be the more fun parts. Putting in the color for the walls is useful, but it's also, you know, not quite as interesting, or gets a little repetitive. We gotta mix things up, start doing some different parts of this build. But we're so close to having this all built. We just got to get it done. So how's everybody's week going? My week has been long, many long days and very short nights of sleep. Got lots of projects that I'm trying to get finished, and for both video purposes and other purposes, and there are only a limited number of hours in the day. But I was able to get a cup of coffee before we started the stream, which means got a little bit of boost of energy to get started. Hopefully it'll last through the stream. We don't have another repeat of the stream where I went to the end and then I was basically falling asleep by the end of it. I was so tired that night. Apologies, I missed the last couple of streams. Is it too early to ask what this project is for already? Waterfalls and staircase and what? No, you can ask. So this project is the entrance to the ancient city, which we're going to be turning into my main base for this world. So we're working on the entrance, and the entrance we've probably spent more time on this entrance than we did on our little starter base area. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, that's the plan, is to have a nice entrance to be able to come in and out of, because we're gonna, you know, we have to go around throughout the world, see the different areas. We'll probably keep our nether portal on the surface, so that way we see the entrance. Because if we were to move the nether portal down, I think we'd spend even less time using the entrance and then we wouldn't see it. So kind of defeat the purpose. We'll leave the nether portal on the above ground, so that way we have to come up and down and we'll get to look at our entrance. One thing that we're going to do that we were talking about, I think Robin mentioned this, was using the happy gas to light up the cavern. I think that's a great idea. Put torches all around our ancient city so that it's a lit up space. Maybe not torches. Different types of light sources. We might use torches for some of it. Maybe some glow lichen and glowberries and all the other natural light sources that we could put in. Once we get our entrance built, that will be maybe our next project, is getting the ancient city area lit up. Even though we don't have to worry about mobs down there, I just think for being able to see this space, having a lot of light makes sense. All right, let's get some sleep. It's nighttime. You only have one chance to make a first impression on each mob. Important, but entrance importanter. Yes, exactly. Gotta make a good impression. That worked out pretty well. Mossy was very helpful in letting us get back on board. Make sure that we're not missing any sections. It's pretty easy to do as I'm going up, not in any real organized way here. Don't want to have any spots where I'm missing blocks. But we're to the terracotta level, so we're almost done. Super close. Once this area is filled in, it won't even look like we're in a mesa. Or in a Badlands. Either one. Yep. Well, yep. Yeah, we decided to. Well, I thought Mossy would be a good name for this one because it's got the green harness. We're using it to place some of the mossy blocks that are here. So, thought it went well together. Oh, well, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh my. We're about out of stone. This happy gas is going to be our partner in crime for building this city. We're going to be using Mossy all over, lighting up the cavern, getting all of the builds in. We might need to do some digging. Who knows? Okay. So, we're so close. Very close to the surface. So I think we're going to focus on getting the interior done. And then once we get the interior built up to the surface level, we can think about what we're going to build on the surface to indicate this is where our base is. And I think by the time we get to the surface, we'll have a pretty good idea of the style and what we're going for. He almost named it Sleepy because it took forever to hide. Yep. It did take forever. He didn't want to wake up. He's like, no, thank you. I'm happy here in the water. Because we had it in the water for more than 20 minutes, I think, too. We had started the stream. We were streaming for 20 minutes and then still asleep. And then we got snowballs to help him grow up nice and fast. Well, this is not in a good spot. Let's go there. Let's move that back one. Right. Here we go. Here we go. So close. The surface is right there. We're almost to it. There's always a point in a project where you're going along, just, doing the grind. Everything is proceeding at a regular pace. And then you start to get really close to being done. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, now I really got the motivation to finish. Let's go faster. And then you reach the end. It's a huge relief. All done. Of course, we're probably only at about 30% complete because we still have a lot to build up, but for this stage is almost done. And the other part with this is that a lot of this has just been something that we've talked about for a while. We're finally getting to see it, which is also exciting. It's like, oh, it's just been an idea. So I think for the stone, we'll bring everything up to just below where the dirt or the grass is. I think that's where we'll stop. And we may end up moving the stone all the way to the surface, but for now, I think that would just be a perfect spot to stop. Because then we decide we don't want it, we don't have to go back through and dig it all back out again. right, there's that one. Oh. Oh, careful. Alright. Getting stuck on the ledge. I think I've been doing much better about not pressing shift when I want to go down. Just a couple hours of practice and finally getting it. There's that one. Oh, you got one more place. And I think that's that. It is that. We made it to the top. Put one there. Oh, that's a relief. All right, now we got to go down. Let's go, Mossy. We got to get back to the bottom. And we're going to give Mossy a little bit of a break because we're going to build up the staircase. And I think it's easier to build the staircase walking up the staircase. And then we can get Mossy when we start to go back through and do the detailing. But we've got a long ways to go. Oh, I can't look up. We're dependent on that. One thing I do want to try, I wonder if speed from the beacon will affect Happy Gas. That might be something worth trying, because if we can move the Happy Gas a little quicker, that might be useful. So let's give that a try. We'll go down and switch the beacon. Let me grab that. Speed 2. Done. Okay. It does move us a lot faster. I don't think I've ever used speed, really. All right. Come on down, Mossy. Is it any faster? It does feel faster. But it's kind of hard to tell. Oh, yeah. No, that is faster. I mean, look at how much faster we are going down. Yeah. Okay. That was a good move. All right. But we're now going to get the staircase built. And we have a little bit of a ways to go here. So we're going to go that. And then we're going to go 2. Like that. That would be that way. There. Okay. So we're gonna have to not look up for a little while. Otherwise, it'll be discouraging how far we have to go. Oh, we have so far to go. All right. 3. That's 4. You may want to go up. I wonder if we want to do that. It does take a little bit of getting used to how fast you move with that activated, but it's 3, 5. Oh, don't want that there. So a little bit of a spiral staircase here. And I'm a little concerned as to whether or not I'm doing it the same as what we did in the earlier sections. But I think with the texturing that we've been doing, or that we started, the placement here is less important because the texturing is going to sort of flatten things out. If there's anything that looks a little bit odd, we can sort of make it work. Not too worried about it, I guess. But unlike if this was in a house, in which case then it would stand out if there were something else that just didn't quite work or wasn't the same. This is going to be, for the most part, pretty good. Have our way up, and we'll get a way down. That doesn't rely on an elytra. It's always good. Well, actually, less important here. Once again, one of the advantages of a hardcore world is you don't have to worry about getting anywhere after you die. Because if you die, it's over. So, that's that. I'm so used to thinking about, whoa, what happens if I respawn? Or I should say, I've gotten better about that. There have been times where I've not thought about it, and then I respawn and I'm stuck. The nether portal that I built over on the Project Nodinium server probably about a year ago now, maybe more than a year. Not great. Merc Monster, hello and welcome. Glad you could make it to the stream. Let's go here. So we can look down. We've actually made some pretty good progress. I would say we're probably half the distance that we need to go. Maybe. We think it's more than halfway. No recovery compass needed. Yeah. Exactly. Don't have to worry about any of those things. Just go about our day. Of course, I would almost rather worry about how to respawn and get places than I would worry about not respawning at all. The longer that we're in this world, the harder it will be to, if something happens to us. Oh no, all those hours of work. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I like the background music too. Nice and try to keep it relaxing, lighthearted, upbeat. Okay, we've got one stack of stone left. That's not gonna get us all the way. I say we will check our progress once we run out of stone. Okay, that doesn't go there. And we can look at that. Oh no, we couldn't get it. Okay, we're out. Look at how close we are. We're actually really much closer than I thought we were. All right, let's drop down. I almost jumped down. We have the water there, but we do have a few more obstacles down here. So I think for safety reasons, we will glide down on the elytra, sleep at the bottom, and then load up on stone. Here's the thing about using speed is I'm going to get used to running around super quick, and regular running will seem so slow afterwards. The challenges we must face. Let's put our stone in there. Don't really have a lot of room for stone in there, so we'll have to come back and get our texturing blocks. And let's go ahead and fly up. Ooh, it's looking... Uh-oh. We're out of rockets. Let's go ahead. Grab some more. Can't quite time it right. I accelerate, so if we're just walking, do okay. Is anyone else getting dizzy? I'm getting dizzy. Around and around in circles. Okay. Made it to the end. Go. There we go. There we go. Well, we'll just leave it. That's fine. Oh no, we'll leave that one too. Okay, we're not gonna leave that one. Chilling, planning your villainous plan. Oh boy. There you go. Seems like a good strategy. Oh, acid sprung. Yep, we got a little bit of a staircase going here. Spiral staircase. Leading out. Now we are... Okay, we're almost to the point where we're going to need to plan where we want our exit to go. Well, let's finish going around and we'll just see where we come out at. Because we should... we're going to come out at that corner. This, I think, if I am looking at this right, is in line with the top pouring right there. So this is in line with the grass blocks. I would prefer to have our staircase come out right here. Yeah, exactly. Our exit strategy. This is our exit strategy. How many blocks is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We could have a landing right here, and then we could push back and have a staircase go out that direction to the nether portal. I think that's what we're going to do, as opposed to having it wrap around. Can you join? Can you join what? All right. So let's take this back. I like this idea better. This will be... I think we can do a little bit more with it if we do it this way. So, just pick these up. Easy does it. Join me. Join the world. Not really a world that is joinable, fortunately. All right, so yes, we'll have the landing go here. Maybe we'll make the landing just a little bit bigger than the rest of the staircase. And then we'll dig this out and make a staircase, but we won't do that right now. That will be for when we do the structure on the top. All right. Now, we've got to go back down. Ooh, stone. Got to get a bunch of stairs and slabs. Let's load on down. It's faster than walking. Even with speed. Okay. So we can see our blocks and texturing. So we've got to now turn our staircase into this. We might have too much stone, actually, now that I think about it. Let's see. We can probably put some stone in here. We do need a little bit more moss. And actually, we should probably grab more moss because we're going to need some other things. Let's see. Need some mossy cobblestone. Where are other boxes? There we go. And there we go. Okay. So we need that. Let's go ahead, turn that into some slabs. Stairs, andesite slabs. Ooh, not a lot of room. Okay, maybe we'll get rid of some of those. We need our andesite stairs. Let's put that one in there. That one in there. Put that there. Maybe we'll put those in there. Okay. And we can grab ourselves a little bit more room that way. All right. There we go. Now, we need space in the hotbar. Normally I'd put my food there, but we gotta keep that. So let's grab our slabs. We're gonna be using a lot of slabs. Those, and then the moss, I guess. Oh. There's just not enough room. We may just do it that way. Okay. Of course, it's nighttime. Get the bed out. All right. Too many block types for this project. Gotta have a little bit of everything. So what we'll do is we're going to do the top part of the stairs first, and then we're going to, once we get that done, then we'll do the underside of the stairs, and that's where we're going to get Mossy back in. Get him involved, because we've got to be able to access the bottom part. And so we can put some of our other blocks in there. So we'll probably do a little bit of a moss action here. And then if we do... need our andesite. Get our andesite, then maybe we'll do... Oh, we don't even have the stairs. Okay. Okay. We don't have cobblestone stairs. Do we have any cobblestone stairs? Moss blocks. Yes, we do. Let's grab those. All right. There we go. All right. That's what we got. Now we might go ahead and put that there. Then we can put bit like that. Now, once we don't have any. But once we have some blocks placed, then we can go back through and then just start using a pick block to help us out a little bit. All right. I think stairs are going to make sense there because then we're going to put a slab here and probably a slab there. Well, I don't know that we... Yeah. That one. And we actually probably want to put a slab on top of there. Do we want it to be stone? Do we want to be cobblestone? Some of these, you know, there's not really a right or a wrong answer. It's just whatever looks good, we can do. I think we're going to want, though, to have some moss blocks in here because we're going to be probably placing in some grass or bushes or something. And we need the moss blocks to be able to place those on. And you may remember on the Waste SMP, we had a mod that allowed us to place plants on any type of block, which was pretty nice. You could do some interesting things with that. We don't have that here, though. This is pretty much a vanilla world. Outside of a few mods that I have for things like performance reasons. All right, let's do... I'm going to do a stone slab under here, that stair here, and then stone slab there. Go. I do cobblestone maybe. And a site. And a site there. Okay. Where did my cobblestone stairs go? There they are. Where did those blocks end up? It's always a question. I know I had them. All right, and then that. Do we want to do? And then I know it probably doesn't make sense to have a stair that just leads boom, right into a wall, but you know we're just gonna go with it. Maybe if we have that there, we'll have cobblestone. It's too far to go. All right, there. Do we want that there? That would probably be good. Make that work. A lot of texturing in this spot. We'll maybe make this stair a little bit less textured. We want to balance them out so we're not overdoing it in any one spot. At least that's the theory behind how I usually do these types of things, is try to not have too much of any one. I do think we have to put something here though. Can't have say there too. Yeah. Mossy is checking my work. Yep. Supervisor. Gotta make sure I am not slacking off on the job. It's good. Keeps it, helps us not feel all alone. There we go. Slab under there. And maybe we'll do cobblestone there. All right. Mossy's very curious. Wants to know what's going on. What are you doing? Uh-huh. Okay, laughed. Laughed as I said it, so you know. Knows that I'm talking. Not really. Just a coincidence, but you know, it's fun to imagine. Maybe we'll put moss here, even though this is going to be covered up, and then we could do that. I think that it will look better from the side. From up here, we're not going to notice it, but all right. And then let's just do that. We can do the same thing. Put cobblestone there, probably. Cobblestone, and then maybe andesite. No, that's not. No, andesite stair. Andesite stair there. That. Put a slab there. Your cobblestone slab underneath. And andesite. Andesite. Where are you? Yep. That's exactly what we need. Okay. Here. That. Moss. Over there. Huh. There we go. Probably do one there. Better something like that. All right. That's a full block. We don't need a full block. Andesite in here, cobblestone here, maybe mossy cobblestone with a slab there, that there. I find that, or I think putting in the stair or the initial structure and going back and texturing is better in the long run than trying to do the texturing at the same time that I'm placing the blocks, because if you're trying to texture as you're placing the blocks, it's easy to lose track. I think, is that going to be... Is there any way where we're getting stuck there? It doesn't look like there's any way that we're getting stuck on that. Even though, oh, maybe right there. Yeah, you hit that straight. But if you're coming up, odds are, let's just do that in case. Because in order to do it, to get stuck here, we'd have to go and then not end up on this slab. Yeah. But yeah, I find that it's just easier to go back and texture once I've got the shape in. We're gonna have to time you to see how long it takes to run up this grand staircase. Yes, we'll have to do it with the speed boost and without the speed boost. See how much of a difference the speed boost makes. That will definitely be something we're gonna do. Does the speed boost help us a lot or just a little? We could do that there. All right. I think we do want to put maybe a little bit of something. That's full block. Okay, there. Okay. All right. Do that. That mixes it up. And I think we're going to stay light on the texture. That one. Ooh. Oh, okay. So then for here, we do have to put a stair because that will help in the long run. Unite. Do some of that, and maybe that's repeating that. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Then we can put a slab at the top of that. You can have a stair go into a slab, but you can't have a slab go into anything other than a full block. All right. Got that. Now maybe what we'll do, this is going to be a really mossy section. So we're going to put in, get that we've got these ones on the wall. So we can reference those. And then we're going to probably go back here and do inside there. I think we'll put the mossy one there, and that one there. Should probably also do that. Now, it might make sense to have that there because if you don't want to go straight, so if it catches you, that's not a bad thing. It's going to keep you from falling off. Or keep us from falling off. I don't myself. Falling off. I don't want to fall off. Cobblestone slab, and then maybe a stone slab. There we go. Let's do a check. Oh, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It's definitely faster to place in just the stone blocks. That went much faster. But I mean, it makes sense. We're doing a little bit more thinking here, trying to get these blocks placed. Can't just click and go. Gotta be a little bit more deliberate. And maybe we don't switch that. Let's see. How are we doing? We seem to be staying pretty consistent with our greens. We might want to put in some mossy cobblestone in some of these spots here. So let's get some mossy cobblestone. Let's do a little mossy, a little bit of mossy here. Moss is gonna not be visible. Oh well. Do that, and then that one. Maybe we'll do a stair there. And kind of going all out on that ledge. Okay. Make our way around. All right, that there. There. We're gonna go cobblestone and a side. Break that. Stair there. And then we can do slab underneath it. That one there. Let's do that one there. Is the pepper chilling? Yep. she's had her dinner, all post-dinner relaxation. Just hanging out. We've got some exciting plans for the weekend for her that she's unaware of at the moment, but she will be very excited about once they happen. So she'll have a very happy weekend, which is good. It's been a little bit boring this week, or the last couple of weeks for her. I've had so much going on. Haven't been able to do quite as many fun things for her, so a little Lucy Lou's gonna get to have some fun. Alright. That's pretty smooth. Gotta have some smooth sections. Don't need everything to be super bumpy. And we probably need some moss. Did we put moss in there? Oh, we did. Put moss. Alright. Gonna do some moss sections. Alright. And we'll switch that out for stair. Let's go ahead. Slab underneath. Okay. Slabs. Want it to be upside down. Get it right. All right, there we go. All right, that's gonna go there. Oh, we probably almost in there. Almost done there too, I guess. Right. We want to put a stair in there, and then slabs. Yeah, let's do that. We're repeating 4 times in a row. We can't have that. No. Okay. Do stair there. I think actually we're gonna do moss in this corner too. So let's grab those. Put it here. We're gonna make this a really mossy corner. All right. And then maybe, oh no. That one. Do we want to go there? Yeah, I think we do want to go there. Okay. And then if we do that, so we end site here. Hold up. What is going on? All right. Let's grab this one. That there. There. I think we have to do a stair. There we go. All right, one down to 3 more loops. We want to do moss on the outside. I don't know if we have done a lot of green on the outside, but that might make sense to do a little bit here. Mix things up a little bit. We've been doing a lot in the corners. Oh, we did just some on the outside right there. Okay. Well, prove myself wrong in record time. 1, Oh, that could make things a little bit awkward around that corner. That's okay. We can make it work. Ah. Uh-huh. This one needs... Oh. We'll do under, over. And then we can do slab. Have we filled up? We have filled up. Gotta drop off. Closer than I thought. Yeah. Well, you know, we gotta. Yeah. I thought we've been going for a little bit here. Let's just see. Let's see if we are close or not. Yeah, it's slow going for this particular phase. That's okay. Slow and steady. That's the key. Breathe. And oh well, we didn't need to do that. Already got it there. And then let's grab that one. And then that one. And we can do. Should we do a stair here? Maybe we'll do a stair here. That. And do that little combo. Done that combo several times before, but we'll do it again. Need 6. I almost think we need to put something there, but we'll see. We might end up having to move whatever we put there. All right. We have... Yeah, good timing. Not too bad. Now that we're we've spent a little bit of time doing this, you know, sort of start to get a little bit of a flow down, and maybe we leave that as just a slab to make some excellent time. All right, can't do that. So that's gonna have to go there. Maybe cobblestone underneath. I mean, look at how far we've come. So far. There we are. There we are. And this side there, and then just down there. I think we need to do more of a heavy moss. Heavy moss section in here. So let's go mossy cobblestone. Mossy cobblestone, and then regular cobblestone and a site. Then we're gonna go that one, that one, and then that one. There we go. Okay, I do think I was going to put a stair in that spot, but that I don't think is going to work. Given the corner that we're dealing with here, we got to go up. We're then going to put, maybe we have to put a stair here too. That'll work. Okay. Help get us around the corner. Pretty decent reach. Okay. And then that. And then let's do stair there. Yep. I think that looks good. Nope. That does not look good. Okay. That one's gonna need to go there. Maybe we'll do moss there. That one there. That one there. That there. And a site. Then we'll do something like that. That'll look good. We just got, you know, our little texturing that we're doing. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Okay. Because that is our endpoint. Got one, yeah. We go from there. 1, 2. Okay. 2 rotations almost. A little bit over 2 rotations. Which isn't bad. Which isn't too bad at all. Aha. This is where we're gonna have some trouble. Okay, we're not gonna pick that one back up. Maybe a little bit of something like that. And that. Okay, now we need those. Oh, and then we're gonna put that one there. We'll just put that one there to clear out the space. Grab the extras of those, and extras of those, and extras of those. Okay. That one there. And maybe we'll do just one mossy block. Have it blend into the wall a little bit. There we go. I think we can avoid putting something there because if you're here, I mean, you can't go up that way. You have to go over anyways. So that's what we're gonna do. Stair there. Slab there. Oh, and we gotta do a stair there. There's no way around it. Okay. Slab. Slab. Maybe we'll do a stair in the middle. Haven't done that in a little while. And then on the sides, cobblestone. Maybe we'll do mossy cobblestone there. Do moss. Let's do 2 moss blocks. There we go. That's there. 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 Same. Oh, that. No. No, that's the same. So we can't repeat that pattern. We don't want to repeat any patterns, really. Keep things different. Break it up. Break it up. Now, if we were to do that, it might make sense on this one. That. It's up here. Put cobblestone there. And we could do cobblestone there. Just do some stone. We do need this is too far. Oh. That's gonna be down. Alright, well. That goes there. Our staircase is making gradual progress. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Saved by the elytra. Who put the hole in the ground? Alright, that's our main. Get a little food. Heal up. Alright. Now, let's go back. We're gonna do moss on that one. Cobblestone-y section. Let's put some andesite there just to break up that a little bit. Go and okay. We put that there. I think that should be fine. And then we can go back to this one. That one. And we won't put something in that corner. Or should we put something in that corner? Okay, well, I just walked off. Maybe that proves that we should put something in that corner. It is a little bit narrow. And we can do that. Okay. There. Maybe we'll do some there. Let's put that one there. Just probably that. That's good. We could do that. That might look alright. I don't know that we've done that move. Oh, that's not. Let's not do that. Yeah. It's scared. I was a little bit scared there for a moment. It was bouncing off walls. You know. We'd gone a little bit too far without any scares. Or gone a little bit too long without any scares. So we gotta mix it up. Don't want anyone falling asleep out there. Keep you on your toes. We have, are we out of andesite? Oh, we're out of andesite slabs. Well, that's not good. Do we have any? No. Okay. Let's grab. All right. Good. We're about to the point where we're going to start running out of everything. That's okay. Good problem to have. It means we've been going long. Two there. All right, and maybe that will help. If we have a stair there, maybe that'll help push inside as opposed to pushing out. I mean, I don't really know. Don't really know. Seems like it though. Okay. We've got the mossy cobblestone there. We could then do moss block. Then we're gonna want to get our cobblestone there. And do we want to do into the wall? Maybe we'll do that. That might look good. And then we can do this. One. Okay. Got that good. It's a line of andesite, which is not good. Okay. Is it already? Oh, I think it's raining. We're super close. We've got one more rotation left, and our staircase, at least on the top, will be done. And we'll still have to do the underside of it, but that's a lot easier to do because we can just put in some blocks. All right. It's exciting. It's exciting. We're almost to the end. I don't think we're going to do a stair there. It's just not looking right. Probably doesn't look right to put the slab there either, but it's happening. Nothing for it except to do it. Yeah. Okay. Aha! I can actually reach it down there. Right there. I almost walked off the edge again. What am I even doing? Okay. A little bit of that. Just to... Haven't done that in a little while. Maybe we'll do something like that. Okay. We have no button here. No. All right. More cobblestone. And there. So useful. So very, very useful. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. Okay. We probably need to mix in some more of these mossy cobblestone slabs. We've got a lot of those. All right. We're so close to the top. Oh, I didn't mean to place the stair there, but I actually kind of like that. That works. Something a little bit different. Okay. And that's the reverse of that. Well, I think that's going to do it. I'm just kidding. We're going to go all the way to the top. Don't worry. All right. There. Those. And this is actually probably a point at which that's going to make the most sense. Definitely gonna make more sense. Okay, there's that one. Now, grab that, put that there. This is gonna be a moss block. Put that there. I think we do want to put something in this corner. That. Okay. I think it is time to sleep. Let's just see. Yes, it is. We can sleep. All right. Stair, or not stair, slab. We'll put a stair there, though. Maybe. Do think we want our mossy cobblestone slabs there, though. So we can, once again, moss it up. And then that one there, and maybe that one there. Oh boy. That poor llama. It is not that llama's day. It's... something has gone horribly wrong. Alright. That. Once again, we're gonna put... oh, not upside down. Right side up, please. That's there, there. And go. Cobblestone. Sight. Let's go that. All right. We made it to the top. Let's just do a little bit of breaking these up. Something like that, maybe that, and then something like that. Maybe do that action. There we go. Okay. Well, our staircase, the top of our staircase is done. Now we gotta make it so at the bottom is not quite so flat. But what we're gonna do first is, well, actually, we can, yeah. Let's put this down here. Andesite, these in order. All right, Mossy, your time has come. And there, and there. Boom. All right. Oh. So, we're gonna start here. Yeah. Let's also grab that one. Pillars and arches? Yeah, well, we gotta... yeah, we're going to do the pillars and arches, but we also gotta do... oh, no, not... yeah. Gotta get this part of the wall set up. So that it's not quite so plain. Or not that it's plain, but it's... this... no. That. Yeah. We just gotta make this connected to the wall a little bit. Otherwise, it won't quite look right. Oh dear. Go down. Something like that. You don't want it to look too natural or unnatural or too much like something that was crafted. You want it to look like a natural part of the rock formation. So we've got to just add in our blocks underneath it. So something just like that. It'll be easier once we're out from where our pillars are. navigating between the pillars. A little tricky for Mossy here. Let's go ahead. We're going to put in these, and then we will texture around them. Like that. Maybe we'll put in that. Okay. Up, down, just a little bit, just a little bit. That we're gonna go. Actually, probably not where we wanted that to go, but that's okay. We'll just build a. Oh, ouch! 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 We probably want to break this up a little bit. Get those out. Make this a little bit more of an arch. Okay. We've got some challenges on that side. Can we squeeze in there? There we go. Okay. So a bit of something like so. Is that a, yep, that's a slab. So if we then do that, I think we can do that, and then a little bit of something. So. Okay. Some of our other blocks. Just, you know, dot them in there so it's not just a flat ledge. This ledge is gonna look like a natural rock formation. It's been carved out of the cliffside. That's our goal. I want to break that one. A little bit of that, a little bit of that. Can we get up in here? This area is a little tight. Spacing is not quite perfect for us, but we can. There we go. This is definitely useful to have a happy gas for, because we can get into these spaces with relative ease, and it'll be a lot better once we get out into the open where we're not quite pressed up against the pillar. All right. Oh, that's a slab there already. Okay. Okay, it should be pretty clear from here on out. Since we're now in the open. Let's go down. Go here. This is looking a little too uniform, I think. Full block. Put that there. I think we do need some of our stairs. Help break things up a little bit. Let's go. That. Okay. So, we're just making our way. Andesite. I don't think we have any more in our inventory. Let's see. Nope. Grab a few stacks worth. I think we're gonna want to keep our sort of mossy cobblestone section here. So we'll just place in blocks that'll keep that, preserve it a little bit, so this is still a mossy corner. Even if it's not exactly. There we are. Put our all right. So many little pieces of detail gotta fill in just to make this look good. I think we do want more moss underneath. So we're going to be probably filling in some of these sections with different types of plants. We got a lot of different hanging vines, flowers. We're going to be doing a lot of sections here. Okay. So we're working it out. We're working out our system here for how we're going to be placing these in. So kind of start to figure out a little bit of a pattern, not for block placement, but for how we're placing in the blocks. And what we're doing to mix it up, keep it different. So we're starting out with placing in the stone for the different sections. Then we add in, just like what we were doing for the top of the stairs. And then placing in our other texture blocks around with where we're putting the stone. I think this allows us to going to be a very substantial area. We did use our last andesite slab, so we need to do a little bit of this. We may just leave our stone cutter out. That way we don't have to keep opening up the ender chest to grab it. This is silk touch, right? Okay. Anytime it takes a long time to break an ender chest has me suspicious as to whether I have a silk touch or not. The foliage is really going to take this hole over the top. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to when we start placing those in. We're almost to that point. We've got the stone structure part done, but yeah, we got so many little bits and pieces to add in still. It's gonna really help. Because right now we do have a lot of gray. I mean, we've got some green that we've worked in here with the moss, but we definitely need some help. Just a little bit of color, especially once we get adding in some of the particle producing plants too. Those are going to really help. Now, I hadn't thought about that. One thing to think about too for when we're doing this is we can have arches in the walls. You can sort of see the little arch that we created there. That is also something that we can expand on a little bit more as we're going through. Do that in more places. Moss in there. Put that. Let's see, where's your cobblestone blocks? That. Slabs in. Maybe add some stairs. Not ones that are that way. That's good. Okay. So let's grab for this corner. Fill it in a little bit. Nope, 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 nope. Sit there. Put in those. Thanks, Robin. Yeah, hardcore with style. I like that. Yeah, I would say, you know, we were doing some light decorating and styling with our starter base location, but now we're starting to put some real effort in to, you know, mixing up our block palettes a little bit more. Got a lot more variety what we're doing. A little bit bigger scale, which is always helpful for adding in, you know, a bit more detail too. So now that's not where we want that go. Right. Makes sense. Mossy cobblestone. Do need a little green on that corner. We have stairs. Maybe we'll do some stone stairs. Don't want them too close together. Otherwise, look like we're repeating things. No repeating of things. Everything must be new, different, or just different. One of the two. So now we can arch things a little bit over here. That's a little bit too much of arching, or not enough arching. One of the two. Oh no, it's already night again? Night comes so quickly. Okay. Don't go anywhere, Mossy. Okay, what did I say about going places? All right. So we're here, which means we've got 1, 2, 3. Okay. We do still have a ways to go. 3 full rotations. All right, we're gonna mix in our mossy blocks. And let's grab. We'll do some cobblestone stairs in this one. Okay. Okay. Let's not get carried away placing blocks all in the wrong spot. We want just a little bit of that. And we'll do just a little site action here. There we go. That's good. We're probably overdoing it on the number of blocks that we're using for these sections because we could probably make do with a little bit more of a hollow structure. But you know, it's stone. We're gonna end up with so much stone throughout the course of this if things continue to progress. So we can be a little bit more excessive in our use of stone and these different blocks. They are plentiful, I think is the word that we want to use there. All right. That there. Maybe getting things just a little bit too thick. Trying to not keep our arch quite so. Yeah, that's good. mixing in here. There we go. That's good. And then we can Oh no, we're out of stone. Fortunately, I think we're gonna be okay. And maybe we get some cobblestone blocks. Oh, no, that's a slab. We could put some slabs underneath the cobblestone. Nothing says we can't. To progress. Staying alive, staying alive. Yeah. Exactly. That's the key. Gotta stay alive. Just about everything can be prefaced with that in this world. If we stay alive. Side cobblestone. Doing a little bit more mossy action on this side. Try to incorporate our texturing, use it as a guide for where we can apply it in other spots. That should be good. Okay. Oh, we're getting closer. We are getting very close. Get ourselves situated here with initial placements. Then we can go down here. We're also going to do some mossiness in this area. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to need to do this, a little bit of this. Let's go 2 and 2, and then we're going to 2 and 2, and then 2 and 2. Okay. Oh, I did that again. I thought that was andesite. I want to use andesite for this. No. Do one there. There. gonna do. Just keep it up over and over. Repeat the process. One after the other. Maybe do that. Maybe do a little bit of that. There, not there. Those. Let's put one here. Put one here. Maybe the. Oh, that's a slab. There's a slab there too. Okay, maybe one up there. Oh my goodness. We're on our last rotation of the staircase. This is big. We're super close. I think we're gonna come down here. Like that, maybe? Do one over there. Do one there. Something like that. Okay, there's that. Goes there. Oh no. It's nighttime. Now, one thing we're going to have to keep in mind with our staircase here, now that it's built, it may be a mob spawning platform. Or it may not. Whoa, 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 whoa. There may be enough caves around here that mobs have all spawned into that we won't have any worry about. All right, let's see. We need to still do our stairs, so we're gonna right there. Every time. Every time. Let's repeat. That's a little not what we want. Okay, and then we do want to get our there. That's gonna be what we want to do there, and there, and maybe there. Okay. Probably. Let's grab. There we go. Okay. Use some cobblestone stairs, I guess. Mixing it up a little bit. And not there. 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 Lichen equals no mobs? Yep. Glow lichen will be a definite favorite for this, I think. We will need to get some. Oh my gosh, we're so close. I think I have some up at the top in some of the shulker boxes. We may just need to get some bone meal to make sure we have enough to use all over. Yeah, just got that section. All right. Perfect. 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 Let's get it mixed in. Oh dear. Careful around these blocks. It's so easy to go right through some of the ones that are on the edge because we go up to them and oops. And I think we probably want to go something like that for that one. That's just a little bit better. All right. Way out. All right. There we go. slabs in. Maybe a little bit of this. A few of these. Oh, nope. That one is upside down. I want that to go that direction. There. There. That. Lichen is a dangerous farm to build? Oh. Yeah. I'll be careful. I didn't know it was too dangerous. I thought that was a relatively safe one to build. El Toro, hello and welcome. Glad you can make it. Alright, let's go here and here. This. Alright. Do we think we need to do a little bit of something that here? Because otherwise, this is going to look too square. All right, that's better. All right. Well, that's perfect. Timing. Actually, we're going to take you back down. All the way to the base. That way, we're ready for building the pillars. All the way down. It's so far. All right. Okay, we're at the base. Well, not quite, but close enough for the happy guest. So how does that look from down here? Oh, it does look... We got a lot going on. I think it looks good. Yeah. Let's move some things up. That there. Switch those around. All right. Let's see how it is running up from the base here. Get some food. All right, ready? And run up. I think we should be able to make it all the way without getting caught on anything. Now, we'll probably want to put some things to look at while we're going up. We might do some, you know, maybe, well, we could do plants, obviously, but we could also do some other sort of little decorative features, especially in sections like this. I think that would be the perfect spot. Maybe we could put in some small fountains or some, I don't know, light fixtures, little statues. All right, that wasn't too bad. But just, you know, little things right here make it interesting as you're going up and down. Now, we should be able to... Oh, I don't think I want to make that jump. I thought about jumping down, but no. No, we're not going to do that. We can glide down, though. All right, well, we've made some pretty good progress tonight. We've got the staircase built, we've got the outside wall done, and the staircase is both textured and we've got the base of it done. So that's really good. I think next time we are going to be working on getting the pillars and the texturing of the walls with the the depth texturing. Paintings, yeah, we could probably do some paintings. Might be good. Look good, decorative ones. We could do maybe some maps. Lots of options for but just, you know, little things that we can put in to make it to look at. Oh. Hold up. I was gonna say we were done, but we're not done. We've got this little section here. This is not looking good. Let's go over. We're gonna go. We gotta get this looking like the rest. Otherwise, what are we even doing? That's not good. Not good. Can't say we're done if we're not done. Okay. That's on that side. Maybe some stone buttons on the wall. Yeah. Yeah, we could do some stone buttons. Stone buttons would be good. We're going to also be putting in some walls, stairs. So yeah, there's a few things that we've got going. Okay, here we go. Do something like that. We'll do a little bit of something like that. We'll probably do that over to here. That maybe that there. Probably take that one out. Our slabs. It's already night again. Night comes so quickly. All right, there we go. Okay, I can't believe we almost missed that. Wouldn't have looked good. Not one little bit. Now we can say our staircase is done. I do like this view. Minus the beacon beam. But yeah, this is starting to come together. So you can see sort of what we're going to be doing for the walls in the other section. So for the walls up there, we're going to be doing a lot more of this action here where we've got walls, we've got some stairs, more walls. We're going to have that going all the way up and around. So Mossy's got more work to do. But I think that is where we're going to leave it for tonight. We'll be back. We'll probably not be streaming again until Wednesday of next week. Whoa. Let's see. Right? Why is that not? There we go. Having trouble with the hotkeys there. All right. Yeah, organic builds they got their challenges. There's something about, you know, you gotta get them blended, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how we're making progress here. Starting to look like what I was thinking about as we were digging the hole. So, you know, that's always a good thing too. So I have the idea, but then you gotta get the idea to come out in the final project. So we're making that progress there. But yes, thank you everybody for stopping by the stream. Thanks Robin, thanks Valinor Valor, thanks Celebrity Sailboat, El Toro. Glad you all could make it. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your week. since we do have a holiday on Monday here in the US, I won't be streaming on Monday, but I will be streaming next Wednesday. So same time, same place, same world. And I'll be posting about it in all the usual places. So, you know, check Discord or the channel if you're looking for when I'll be streaming next. But generally speaking, it's going to be Wednesdays. But yeah, have a good night, everyone. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.